Hello folks, welcome to the SJ Woodworks YouTube channel. Today I'm going to show you how I've made these quite simple pyrographed pictures and their picture frames. Nice easy project. So let's get started. So you start off with a picture of whatever it is you're trying to pyrograph. Here is my sister's dog. I find it's easiest to use a piece of carbon paper to transfer the rough outline of the thing you're trying to put onto the picture frame first off. I'm sure there's better artists than myself who'd be able to just draw that freehand, but for me it's easier to use the carbon paper. And you can do it with pretty much any picture at all. It doesn't have to be an animal, it could be any pattern, anything you wanted to put into a frame. With pyrography, what you're just basically trying to do is to build up shadow. So don't spend too long on any one area, any one location, because it will go dark very quickly. So if you move the tip of the pyrography tool quite quickly over the area that you're trying to cover, it will start off with just a very faint brown, and then the longer you leave it, the darker it gets, as you'd expect. The actual piece of wood that I'm doing this on is a piece of birch ply. I find it works really well for getting a nice even colouring on there. There's very little difference in the grain, so you get a very good effect. Certain woods just don't work as well. If you try like pine, for example, you get a very uneven finish. I have to apologise for my hand being in the way in quite a lot of this. I should have positioned the camera a bit better. I didn't realise until afterwards, but hopefully you get an idea of what I'm trying to do. It's just building up the shading basically on the picture. I think the hardest thing to do is the eyes, so I tend to leave those to last. And there you go, that's the finished pyrographed picture. The actual little piece of wood came like that from Amazon. They cost about 20 pence each or something. I'll show you a second one now. This is another dog, another friend's dog. Both of these pictures ended up as Christmas presents actually, so this video is a little bit delayed after Christmas, but I've got there in the end. I'm using a really basic pyrography tool here. I think it cost about £12 off Amazon. It doesn't have a huge range of heats or different types of tips or anything like that, but I actually find I stick with one just fairly fine tip and just kind of shade like you would with a pencil. It seems to work quite well anyway. One of these days I'd like to get one of the heat controllable pyrography tools, but for now this works pretty well. Go, that's Norman, and you can see that's the frame that I made to put it in, and I'm going to show you how I went about making those frames. It's quite quick and easy on the lathe. So I've started out with a piece of teak, just because I happened to have some floating around that was about the right thickness for what I wanted. So turn it round to the diameter you want it to be, so obviously slightly bigger than your piece of wood that you've done the pyrography picture on. And here I was actually able to get two frames out of this because it was a bit thicker, so I've kind of put a division in the middle, and each side will become a frame for those two pictures. So what I've marked out here is the total diameter of the frame, and then I'm using the parting tool to cut the space that the wooden picture will fit into. Turn it over, do exactly the same thing on the other side. So I've got 2 frames. Parting tool to just take down the gap between the 2 frames to the depth it needs to be, that I can then come along from the side and part off the first frame, tidy up the front of the frame, and then part off again on this. So 2 frames from 1 piece of wood. I probably could have finished them up on the lathe, but it was easier because I parted them off to actually finish off the sanding here. So use the random orbital sander and a little bit of just fairly normal grit sandpaper on the inside. Check the fit. And there you go. Now to add some finish, just using some teak oil to go with the teak wood. As you'd expect, it brings out the colour really nicely, but it absolutely stinks, so some form of breathing protection is kind of a must when you're using this stuff. And that's it. Nice simple project. And there's the finished results, with another one I did as well for 3 cats. So they make really good Christmas presents, or presents at any other time of the year, to be honest. They don't take long to do, and you can put pretty much any picture in there you want. So once again, thanks for looking in today, watching the video. If you enjoyed it, then please subscribe and like, and you can also follow me on Twitter. Thanks very much.